We're going to hear right now from a fabulous lady from the Oak Brook, Illinois chapter, joining us all the way from Illinois, Leanne Piano. Welcome, Leanne. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi, Kathleen. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. It is truly a pleasure. You're going to share with us a little bit. Tell everybody who you are and a little bit about your business.
Sure. My name is Leanne Piano. Fine tuning for success is what I do. I help people rise higher and achieve more through speaking, coaching, and training in the areas of leadership, wellness, and then personal success.
That is fantastic. Well, we're excited to hear what you have to share with us today. And before we dive into that, I do want to give a big shout out to Barbara Brooks from Ocala, who's watching us live today. Tina Delgado, yay, girlfriend, thanks for being here. Davenport Director. And Allison Ferguson, who is one of our vendors at the Confident Women Conference. So you've got several people watching you, and I'm sure more will continue to tune in live. Tell everybody a little bit about what you want to share with us today.
Well, we're talking about balancing, detoxing, just getting healthy, really achieving our dreams, and really just going for it in life. And I think the way we do that is to get our mind, our will, and our emotions in harmony with what we say we really want to achieve. So when we talk about our mind, I help people understand that you need to use your mind to transfer that dream that you have in your heart into clarifying pictures, mental images in your mind. And we have an imagination for a reason. We're supposed to be using it. I talk about maybe our will being, maybe that driving force. You know, we wake up every day and we keep going in the direction of our vision or our dream. It's our determination, it's our fortitude, and then our emotions have to be our undergirding support system to our dream or our vision. So we need to have all three of those components in harmony if we're going to achieve that ultimate vision, if we're going to achieve what we say we want to achieve in life. And remember, your underlying emotions have got to be congruent with what you say that you want to achieve. And I talk to people all the time in my seminars, when I'm speaking, coaching, and they tell me about their goals. And goals are great, and we need goals, but the vision comes first. And I always say to them, well, what's your vision? And sometimes they just look at me like, they have no clue what I'm talking about. They're like, what do you mean? What's my vision? And then I'll ask them to communicate the vision. And they have no idea what I'm talking about. So the vision comes first, and then we can go ahead and set the goals in order to achieve. But remember, if you don't believe that you can achieve, you're not going to do it. And that's where the frustration comes in. That's where people get stuck on the hamster wheel of life, just spinning, 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 because they're repeating unhealthy, unproductive, unfruitful thoughts. That's getting stuck in a rut.
Absolutely. You know, I think that is so very true. And you know, we hear all the time, what you think about, you bring about. We hear all the time, if you're starting a business, you should start with a business plan. And that's the concept of that is so you can think through the vision that you're creating and what you're trying to do. So I completely agree with those points. And you know, the other thing I see all the time, Leanne, is we meet people often that say they have a goal, but they don't put accountability in place to reach that goal. So they just continue to fail month after month after month, not reaching that goal. And even if they don't vocalize that they're failing, what ends up happening is they feel as though, you know, psychologically, subliminally, they feel as though they're a failure because they're not attaining their goals. So what are some of the suggestions or steps that you would encourage people to do to see that vision and then to put steps into place to make it happen?
Yeah, really important. Remember, we talk about the dream being a desire in your heart, but now we have to put clarity to that by crafting a vision statement. And when you're crafting your statement, you need to take pen to paper and really write that down. So your vision statement needs to be personal, positive, present tense. You have to put yourself into the future. You have to place yourself into the future as if you already have that in your life. I am, I have, I do, I earn, I achieve. Because the subconscious mind only takes a command in the present tense. You know, Olympian athletes and high-achieving men and women use a process called autogenic conditioning, self-conditioning. You need to write it, you need to speak it, and you need to see it. And most people don't take the time to just settle down and create that clear mental picture in their mind. And the other part of that is that once you write that down, you need to meditate on that picture. And then you need to speak out what it is that you desire in the present tense, because your subconscious mind listens to your voice more than anybody else's voice. So those 3 steps really help people.
I think that's awesome. And, I think that's so incredible that you just said those things, because I know our next guest, Renee, is a hypnotherapist here, and she's been working with me on a couple of those things. And I think that it's just amazing that, it's true. We all say, and I've done it myself, what you think about, you bring about, positive attitude, positive affirmations every day. But if you're not really stopping and pausing on that and repeating it to yourself, you're not getting past that sticking point that's holding you back. So
yeah,
what are some of the biggest objections or things that you've worked with your clients with, and how have you helped them overcome those?
Well, a couple of things. I was just talking to a young lady, Cindy, the other night, and she was having a hard time making those phone calls every day for her business. And she said, I don't know why. And I said, well, if you did know the answer, what would it be? And she just stopped. And she said, because I'm afraid that people will say no. So it was the fear of rejection. And probably 9 times out of 10, there's an underlying fear that we really need to address. But you can't conquer what you don't confront, and you can't confront what you don't first identify. So once you identify the real issue, her issue was fear. Well, we had to talk through the fact that no is not personal. It just means no, I'm not interested in what you are offering. It doesn't mean I'm not interested in you as a person. And we need to understand the difference there. The other part of it was that she got discouraged too quickly, and she got distracted too easily. Those are the double Ds. I call those the dream killers: discouragement and distraction. Discouragement really zaps our energy. And, when you're not motivated, you're not encouraged, you're not going to do too much. Your commitment level really drops. Distraction. I don't know about you, but when I'm sitting there in my office and I'm plugging away on a project, I have a tendency to want to go check my email quite often, or I want to respond to those text messages really quickly. And I've learned that I need to just carve out blocks of time, turn those things off, and discipline myself to complete. A lot of people get discouraged because there's too many open folders, too many open items, and they're not finding that they're finishing projects. We're good at beginning, we're good at starting, but we need to start completing things. The other part is, I think, support systems. I mean, this group in Oak Brook that I belong to, the WOAMTEC group, is amazing. Everybody's on the same page. Everybody's so encouraging. We are all contributing value, and we are supporting each other's success. So we are a group of women that hold ourselves accountable. And
that's awesome. Yay. Yeah, Thank you so much for sharing that. Shout out to your director and everybody up in Oak Brook.
Exciting. Really, really exciting.
So what are some other tips or suggestions or techniques that you might recommend to somebody? And when should they hire someone like you?
Well, I think anybody that has a desire in their heart that needs to put clarity to it in order to craft a vision statement. I do a lot of one-on-one work with that. I created a vision workbook, and then I do one-on-one coaching just to get people over that hump. Maybe it's just a few times. We need to get that vision clarified. We need to address your underlying beliefs and get everything working in harmony so that you can actually achieve those things that you want to achieve and not get stuck on that hamster wheel, just spinning and spinning. The other thing that I walk people through is really there are 7 basic mental laws that people need to be aware of. Our mind is full of all this capacity, and it really helps us achieve full potential. But when we're not utilizing those 7 basic laws, we're going to probably miss it. And I don't have time to go probably all through 7. But number 1 is the law of belief, which says whatever you believe you are becomes your reality. To the degree that you believe it, whether it's true or not. So again, we go back to that support emotion of belief. Do you really, really believe that you're going to achieve what you say you want to achieve? And that's really, again, that foundational piece. Also, the law of expectation. Whatever you expect with confidence becomes your self-fulfilling prophecy. So I get up in the morning and I have a choice. I can make an effort. I can make excuses. I can become a victim, or I can become a victor. It's what am I expecting? Am I expecting success? Am I expecting opportunities to come my way? And we have to watch that, because a lot of us, depending on our life experience or how we were raised, we have this repeating thought pattern that can become very negative and really affect our expectations. I'll give you one more, the law of attraction. Every one of us is a living magnet, and we're always attracting to us the people and circumstances that harmonize with our dominant thoughts. So what are you thinking on a daily basis? And we almost have to monitor this, on a minute by minute basis to filter out those negative thoughts and always be planting the good seeds in our mind. We have to fertilize those with our vision statement, our picture, and then the words we're speaking, because I can always tell people that are really serious about their goals.
Absolutely.
If you tell me, if you tell me you want to lose some weight, but you're consistently going to Dunkin' Donuts during the week, that's not lining up. We're not in harmony there. And that's where I really work with people. That's where I have a passion, and I've seen it work in my life. I'm a 13-year breast cancer survivor, and I really believe that with great medical care and a positive attitude and a strong faith, those were the three components, but they had to all work together. And I used to just lay there on the radiation table getting my treatments, 36 treatments of radiation I had. But I would lay there and I would picture myself 10 years, 20 years, 30 years out, being healthy and strong and doing exactly what I'm doing right now. And I'm just an encourager. We all need encouragement, but I just do it through my platform of coaching and speaking and training. But it really is my passion. I've seen so many breakthroughs when people begin to become aware of these things and then learn how to use them. It's really a process of achievement that we all have to, experience.
Oh, I think that's awesome, and congratulations on being a survivor. That is amazing. I'm very proud of you, and you can tell you've got a positive attitude. You're a positive person, and you are a survivor, which is why you're thriving too. When people hire coaches or trainers or consultants, often they just hire the first person that says they can solve their problem, and I usually encourage people to proceed with caution in that situation. How long have you been doing coaching, and how did you get started in this business, and what are some of the things that people should look for before hiring someone like you?
Yeah, it's really individual. It's really a clicking or a connection, and there's a lot of coaches out there, and I want to just caution you with just getting online and just picking anybody. You really have to look at what they're doing, what they stand for, what are their values, and what is their real specialty. I would say I'm not a life coach. I would say that I'm a coach in terms of personal performance in the area of vision. I want to help people in this particular area. And then if they want to go to, say, maybe move to a life coach, that's awesome. I have some great references. I've been doing this for the last 10 years, training and development, but specifically coaching in the areas of leadership, wellness, and then in this area of vision. I've really streamlined there because that's where I see people really struggling for the last 7 years.
That's awesome.
So I've done over, like 600 seminars. I've spoken to thousands of people, and we're all up against the same things. I think everybody wants to go to that next level in life, but a lot of us just are frustrated because we can reach the ledge, but we don't know how to quite get that boost that we need. And I think coaching is one of the most effective ways in the area of setting goals. And then accountability. Accountability is key. Okay, you got to have somebody holding you accountable.
I think that's awesome. I think you're awesome, and I'm serious about wanting you to be on our main stage conference. Now, if somebody wanted to get a hold of you, how can they find you, and are you able to do consultations nationwide?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go to leeannpiano.net. That's my website.